Hi, welcome to part 9 of my video series. This is the big day. So, in planning the big day, one of the first things you're going to think about is, we're going to have a big wedding or just a small affair and kind of invite a few people. Now, in the M&A process, what they don't necessarily talk too much about is you don't get to tell anyone that you're actually getting married. You don't get to tell your employees. You might have a couple people that are on your team, for example, your CFO and COO. Those people are critical. But all of your employees, you get to keep it a secret until the wedding actually happens. And then you're going to say, guess what? We got married and we're all moving to a farm in Iowa. That's really how it happens. So you have to think about that, and you have to think about, how are my employees going to react when I tell them that we're married and we're moving to that farm in Iowa? It's really important that you think about, okay, who are we going to invite? How are we going to tell everybody? Are we going to need everyone at this wedding, right? So if you have a company where you have a lot of owners, you either want to make sure that they're required to play ball through what are known as drag-along provisions in your operating agreement or stockholders agreement, or that you can kind of just make them come along through structuring the transaction as a merger or an asset sale or something like that. But you want to think about that and think about how people are going to react. Are they going to be on board or not? Are they going to be happy about it? You want to think about the location and things like food and photographer and like all these pieces, right, that have to come together. So these are things like, who's going to get an employment agreement? Does the buyer have stock incentive plans that my employees are going to participate in? What if I get fired after the first year? What if I want to quit after the first year? I don't really like this family at all, or I don't really like Iowa. What are your exit events or options, like if things aren't like really as you think? And then you're going to talk about, how are we going to merge these families together or integrate? Next up in the video series, I'm going to talk about the prenup.